Section 6 of the ComSOP discusses drinking fountains. Now, while not every building will have a drinking fountains, the ones that do, we have a certain set of standards that we want to follow. 6.1 states that in a building, if there are at least 2 drinking fountains next to each other, one of them has to be wheelchair accessible. 6.2 states that accessible drinking fountains has to have adequate floor clearance for wheelchair maneuverability. This one right here, currently, inside this corridor, has an adequate amount of space for the end user. 6.3 discusses the actual clearance under the accessible fountain. I know this is an accessible drinking fountain because of the clearance below. We have to have at least 27 inches below the fountain. This has just at 27 inches. Now, some fountains, not this one, this is more of a perpendicular fountain, but older fountains are different styles, would actually jut out and then come back into the wall itself. Imagine some older models that we would see in a building. At the bottom of that section that goes back into the wall, it has to be at least 9 inches off the ground of clearance to meet the bottom of that fountain. But as of this one is right now, we know this is accessible for the building. 6.4 states that we have to have at least 9 inches of accessibility underneath the fountain. That means we can't have a stool or boxes or storage or anything around this. There has to be at least 9 inches of toe clearance underneath this fountain for it to be accessible. 6.5 states, looking at our accessible drinking fountain, the spout itself has to be at the front of the unit, and the spout can't be any higher than 36 inches. Currently, this spout is almost right at 36 inches, so this water fountain would pass what we're looking for in the ComSOP. To summarize Section 6, drinking fountains, let's go over these points one more time. Every drinking fountain should be at least 27 inches from the floor to the bottom and have at least 9 inches of foot clearance. And from the floor up to the top of the spout, we're looking for at least 36 inches, no higher. Every single floor has to have one wheelchair accessible water fountain, such as this one, and there has to be enough maneuverability around it so that it is actually accessible within the space that it's located. We are going to redo this same process for every single floor for our accessibility report.